All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS whom taught me this truth. Salutes and honors to all the elect brothers across the four corners who are enduring in both truth and sincerity. All the men and the women who follow. This is the brother Krazazah from the Fountain of Living Waters, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. This lesson being entitled Concentration Camps are Coming Soon. All right, I have this video here. Let me pull it up real quick. From CNN, and I really don't want to get flagged. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna read a scripture, and then we'll play the video. And I got just a screenshot that we'll pull up, and then there is part of the video that I want to actually show you. So we'll probably mute the video, and I'll just read the words or whatnot. But Lord's word is edifying. So let's start off with Revelation 2:10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." So I read the scripture because what we're going to be going into is this alligator Alcatraz, and the conditions that people are living in. Or the name of the video is, it's a type of torture. It says here what it's like inside alligator Alcatraz. And the thing is, they're using this as a model to spread all the way around the country. That's why I'm saying in this video, concentration camps are coming soon. This is really the dry run. So, with that being said, let's get to it. We're going to pull this up real quick, and let's play.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says deportation flights have started leaving the so-called Alligator Alcatraz facility. There were 100 detainees on the first flight. Said it's unclear where they're going.
It was never intended to be something where people are just held and we just kind of twiddle our thumbs. The whole purpose is to make this be a place that can facilitate increased frequency and numbers of deportations of illegal aliens.
So this facility is in the middle of the Florida Everglades. It's surrounded by really dangerous wildlife. So with the help of 3D models and the testimony of detainees, we're getting a sense of what life is like for the migrants there. Check out this investigation from CNN's Priscilla Alvarez.
And the thing is, they get you by saying by the migrants that are here. A lot of these people were, been in the country for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and they're a migrant. These people are what you would call an American. A lot of people don't know nothing else. Probably came here as a baby, and they're known as a migrant. That's how they, will classify you or classify these people in order to justify, giving them these shitty conditions.
This is sad, hopeless. It's a type of torture.
These are the stories of migrants held at Alligator Alcatraz. A new.
I want to show you this video, so I'm going to just start reading. Just bear with me. Make sure it's on mute. Now the closed caption don't want to work. Okay, that's how they do. All right, Satan's in the air. Boy, I tell you, the closed caption was just on, by the way. Just bear with me here.
Hundreds of immigrant detainees are being held. Here are the giant tents where people report being crammed into cells made of chain link fence, packed with bunk beds.
I should do it like that. That's crazy. I turned the closed caption off to get the photo right, without it being you know cluttered or whatnot. I turned it back on and it doesn't want to play the words. That's crazy.
CNN spoke with 8 detainees to hear firsthand accounts of what conditions are like on the inside. Some asked not to be named for fear of retribution.
Because of the way that we have been treated, it has been a very terrible experience.
Gonzalo Almanza Valdez was detained by ICE when he showed up for a meeting with his probation officer.
It's 32 people per cell, or per cage, really, because this is a cage. It's a metal cage strapped in with zip ties.
3 open toilets are shared by dozens of men who say there's no running water or sewage system.
Try to back that up. Bring that picture over. That's the 3D model.
3 open toilets are shared by dozens of men who say there's no running water or sewage system. Roger Moreno, who has lived in the U.S. for more than 30 years, told CNN the rain makes it worse.
The toilets, when it rains, they overflow, and the cells we're in fill up with sewage.
Every time it does rain and storm, the toilets clog up.
Detainees told CNN the lights are kept on 24 hours a day.
We can't sleep. I have to personally put a rag on top of my head to at least try to take a nap because the lights are so bright. There's 24 LED lights in the roof, and it's like shining bright.
Juan Palma.
That's a form of torture. Not allowing them. Hey, it says this is a type of torture. Yeah, it's definitely a form of torture. Not letting them sleep. Let me see. Sleep is an integral part. Sleep is integral to human health and well-being. It is recognized as the fundamental right by international bodies. Nevertheless, deliberate sleep deprivation is frequently employed as a form of torture, violating the right to health. So let me see. How can I put this? Against Noriega. What country is that? Is it Costa Rica? Panama. That's what it was. Was it Panama? I believe they blasted music and they did some other stuff too. Just bear with me here, y'all. Okay, so did they blast music against Noriega in Panama? Yes, music was used as a psychological weapon during the U.S. invasion of Panama in 1989 to oust Manuel Noriega. American forces blasted loud, repetitive music, including songs like I Fought the Law and Run Around Sue at the Vatican Embassy where Noriega had taken refuge. This tactic was aimed at pressuring him to surrender. Let's see if what else. Um, it was like, okay. So they didn't use light against Noriega, but they used, let's see if we can go back. It's a psychological weapon. What I'm saying is, just like music can be used as a psychological weapon, them staying in that light all day, it's a psychological weapon. Can constant light be used as oh, now you ain't got nothing to say. All right, let's just get back to the video because we think it's true.
Emma Martinez has lived in the U.S. for more than 20 years and was also picked up by ICE at a routine meeting with his probation officer.
I no longer know when it's daytime or when it's nighttime. I don't sleep. It's affecting me mentally and physically.
The tents aren't sealed. You can see
Or
cracks
if I didn't say it, if you didn't get it, he just said it. You know, he don't even know when it's nighttime or when it's daytime. He can't sleep. It's affecting him mentally. Anyone who's ever worked the overnight shift, you know, and you kind of sleep during the day and you work all night, your body gets kind of weird. You know, many of the times driving home, you know, it's 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and you know you've been up all night, and you gotta, you know, roll the window down and blast the music to try to stay up. Like you're not right mentally. You know what I mean? Because you sleep deprived. It's a weird feeling to feel, and then imagine being like that for days and weeks on end. You know, this is torture. It's a type of torture. It's psychologically, it'll fuck you up.
in this image. And at the height of the hot Florida summer, that means the insects are relentless.
Yesterday, the air conditioning went out. We had the whole morning without air conditioning. Lots of mosquitoes came in because they get in from all sides.
Multiple detainees.
Just imagine that, man. And Florida's being hit by a heat wave right now. So I believe the Everglades are in southern Florida. Let me see. Florida heat wave. All right, looks like it's more central Florida that's getting hit with the heat wave. Let me see. Those numbers are crazy. And then you add the humidity. Yeah, so the Everglades is towards the tip. All right, constant 90s, up mid 90s. Feels like during the summer, average high temperatures range from 95 degrees in northern Florida to 90 degrees in the Keys. Maximum temperatures during the summer average higher than 90s Fahrenheit statewide. Heat indexes can easily reach 103 to 110 Fahrenheit. So if it's 90 degrees, 94 degrees, 93 degrees, it probably feel like it's 110, you know, and then you in these fucking tents, these hot, nasty tents with very little air conditioning and little water, with bugs going all around. You ain't ate, you ain't slept. This is torture. This is a concentration camp. This is a concentration camp. We'll finish letting them speak.
They don't get enough food, though they're served 3 meals a day, and that water is limited.
Scan our braces. We go into the food hall. The food is very terrible here.
Rewind that back real quick.
Scan our braces. We go into the
3 meals a day, and that water is limited.
Scan our braces. We go into the food hall.
He said they scan our braces, and we go into the food hall. Right? So what does that sound like? You know? Let's grab it. Revelation 13 and starting at 16, it says, and he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, save that he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Right? So this mark is a charagma. All right, it said cutting in your flesh, and it's going to be the actual. Let's pull it up real quick. This RFID chip, they're going to put it in your hand. All right, that's what the charagma is, that cutting in the flesh. All right, that they're going to be able to put your money on there. They're going to be able to scan it and really do anything. Unlock your car door, unlock your computer, or open your front door. Hold all your medical information. Hold money on there. It's going to be, your life is going to, what Esau wants is all life to be centered around this, so that they have control over pretty much all life. All right, so that's what the mark is. Okay, and I'm gonna replay this again.
The food is very.
Water is limited.
Scan our braces. We go into.
In fact, I'm gonna bring this over here. He says they scan our bracelets. We go in the food hall. The food is very terrible here. Very, very small portions. People are having a hard time living here because it's like they're starving. It's probably like a quarter cup of rice. We've eaten as late as 10 at night. The food at night is cold too. It's never a hot meal. The showers are connected to the same. Well, let me back it up real quick.
Water
Scarce. Showers are located.
Night. The food at night is cold too. There's never a hot meal.
Showers are located in a separate tent, and opportunities to shower there are scarce, according to the detainees we spoke with.
All the showers are connected to the same water source. There's barely any water pressure. So we have to like literally put ourselves on the wall right next to the water drainage so we can at least get hit with water.
They follow you when you're walking to the shower with your hands on your head, as if you were a prisoner. The water is very hot.
Right. These aren't prisoners. These people aren't prisoners. They're detainees who are supposed to be I don't want to say exported, but basically sent back to another country, right? These people didn't commit crimes to be taken up like this, but they're being treated as if they did. They're being treated like that. Why? Because this is what they're telling them to do. This is what the higher ups are giving them authority to do, to treat them as if they are prisoners. Because, and it's going to say it here pretty soon, this is going to be the national motto.
very hot. They don't give you enough time. Mosquitoes are biting you in the shower. There are more mosquitoes than water.
The only line to the outside world are phones set up in the cells.
Nobody here has been able to see a loved one. Nobody has been able to see a lawyer here. Nobody has. It sucks. It sucks. There's no.
This shit is against the law, you know? And really, well, due to the Patriot Act, you know, they can just swoop you up. You know, they don't have to show probable cause. You know, really, they're not supposed to keep you on American soil, though. They're supposed to take you to, like, Guantanamo Bay. But, you know, Trump don't give no fuck. Who's going to stop him? You know, he's a president. He's in charge. And who's going to say what or who's going to do what if he wants to do whatever he wants to do?
Like physical contact with the outside world. See a lawyer here. Nobody has. It sucks. It sucks. There's no like physical contact with the outside world other than these phone calls. It's not really more about me. It's about not being able to see my son. He's 6. He's about to turn 7 in November. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to see him for his birthday.
Republican and Democratic lawmakers recently toured the facility.
Some of these people just got like picked up at work, or you know, like they said, they went to the probation officer, you know, that day, and they got picked up. People got picked up off the street and just thrown, you know, flown over here and just thrown in these cells. You know, a lot of people, their family might be looking for them, don't know what happened to them. You know, this shit is crazy. But hey, man, the scriptures speak about this, man. That's why we got to have our head on tight, man. This is what's coming down the line. They can just pick us up at any time. At any time, let's get that. Isaiah 59:19. So they should fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Right? So at any time they can come in like a flood, you know, and overwhelming force, and just throw us in, you know, a concentration camp. See Revelation 12:12 while we're at it. Revelation 12:12 says, "Rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time." Right? So Esau understand what's going on. Esau know that, you know, he ain't got too much time to enact this new world order. So everything is being lined up, all right, as far as the new currency, you know, the RFID chip, the concentration camps, you know, where, you know, they can try to brainwash you or repurpose your mind, you know, into their agenda. Or if you won't, you know, conform to their way, they'll just get rid of you. You know, that's what's coming, man. These are the times that we're approaching.
According to one of them, they were not permitted to speak to the detainees. Then State Senator Blaise Ingoglia, a Republican, said the facility is in good order.
It's actually a very well-run facility. The idea that the detainees are in there and they're in squalid conditions is just not accurate.
But most distressing.
I'm gonna look at that word. Detainee. A person held in custody, especially for political reasons. So you're not calling them a prisoner, you're calling them a detainee. Detainee is a person held in legal custody from detained to keep back or away to withhold. Withhold from what? Withhold from fucking regular life. Oh, the guy in there, he said, man, we don't know what's going on in the outside world. They don't get no newspapers. You know, they don't get CNN. They don't got TikTok or Facebook. They just in that, that light bright cell 24 hours a day, waiting for them to be shipped off to another country if they're not freaking thrown out the back, because they're using these cargo planes and just pushing people out of the back. It's probably 110 degrees in there, getting ate up by mosquitoes. You sweating, and you're hungry, thirsty. Like, just deplorable conditions. But it's in good case. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a tight ship being ran.
For detainees, they say, was that in multiple cases, they haven't appeared in any state or federal detention system since they were arrested. That means families have been unable to track them.
We're in the middle of the Everglades with constant reminder that we're locked up in a cage and anything can happen. A hurricane can hit us and we can all die and nobody would know.
Exactly. A hurricane can come through, sweep all that away, and there's no record. They're not filing everything. Maybe they are filing things, but it's not getting back to the families. They're not calling to say, hey, we've detained Miguel. I know you're in California. We got him down here in Florida in Everglades, this, that, and the third. That's not being made. Because they don't care. And they're not supposed to care. This is Esau coming down having great wrath because he knows that he had but a short time. And he going to make the most of his time. All right? This is Esau's last hurrah. So that's really all I wanted to get with this. Lord's word is edifying. And, we have all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash, giving double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS whom taught me this truth. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in both truth and sincerity, of the men and women who follow. Shalom.